appreciate your time, man. And I just kind of wanted to, ask you a couple things just about like your experience and maybe get you to, talk about what it was like, what happened and what it's like now for running the business, the ad account, all of that good stuff, and just kind of share some of like how things are going for you. I think,
Okay. So I think that, in this world of like finding or listening all these different opinions, it's very difficult, you know. You pay the money, you get the shit, and then you end up like, okay, I lost money, and then you hit system to try again, but you keep, I think you're getting more cautious. You start like listening more, like what people actually and talk, and then based on your experience, I guess, you start realizing what is actually kind of closer to the truth.
yeah, yeah,
and that what's very important was for me myself. I thought, okay, 2026 gonna be like analytics, like we're gonna look at, not like throw and something on the wall and see if it sticks. Like that's not gonna work. And all the things that you show, scientific things, how to look at the numbers, like it's really deep, very interesting. It shows a lot of interesting data that we never, observed before. I think ability to test ads in golden beer, something we're gonna be utilizing more and more now. We'll be working on ads, kind of like for us was like rebuilding 2026, like rebuilding website, getting things straight. Like, would you help us to think straight? Because the advisors that we had in December, that was like another school. So the prices was going through the roof. Like it was doesn't making sense. And those guys said, no, just keep spending. Like, no, I'm not spending. You have to stop at some point. You can spend anything you want. It has to make sense.
yeah,
So for us was like, okay, so we scaled back and what we do next? And then we stumbled on your account. Carolina looked at you and looked someone else, and she said she liked him the most. He said this guy kind of like makes sense what he's talking, and then somehow like we had a call, uh, and how it's going? It's going well. We put it under control. You know what to do next. We look at the numbers, all make sense. Everything can be like, I mean, every move could be somehow, not somehow, scientifically proven. I think that's important. That data. Without the data, it's like, what do you do? Like, it's impossible. And in
yeah,
this world of the Facebook, I think it's very difficult. I mean, different, so many opinions, but probably, probably some are right. Sometimes account is not equal account. Some things that everybody say don't do and it's not gonna work. Somebody works. Different businesses, different, like it's a lot of different variables around. So you never can be, but with you, we were able to put under the control. I mean, like it's a bank account start like collecting the money. He was not going, and then from this point, this is where we go. We know how to test, we know how to look at the numbers. Even we're gonna hire someone to help us with the account because we don't want to, man, we have a lot of other things to do. At least we can behind the scenes look what's happening, and they cannot tell us, oh, this and that, you have to wait. Now we look at the numbers, we look at the cohorts, and whoever does it and say, guys, come on, it's falling. What are you guys doing? It's going wrong direction. So we kind of like we took back under control. That's, I think that's most important, and no stress. No, I used to remember like something doesn't work in the day. I get starting like get panic, start turning it off, or go with budget up, down. It's like you don't sleep, wake up. It's like it's a roller coaster. So that's what it is. Yeah, I'm very glad
I,
we found it. Yeah.
I appreciate that, man. Like, let me they get a little bit of some more detail on some stuff. Like, what was happening in the business before you joined? Like, what was frustrating? Like, what were your numbers like? I think you mentioned you had a advisor in December. Like, what were you guys doing beforehand?
I
What was
mean,
that stressful? Yeah,
whatever we did before on our own was always best, but without the knowledge, we just did it. Whatever felt makes sense, like from panels, from finding, like the ideas how to do the things, and it was like not bad. Every time we tried, it was two actually. One was like in after the August, and another one was around December. Well, so nobody, everybody, we come or we stagnate account. The first one was stagnating. That like we went to the like super low spend, nothing's happening, and we're not doing anything. We just want to collect the money for work, but we don't just do nothing. I mean, like, come on, you have to do something. Come up with ads, ideas, like do something, move the needle. You're getting paid,
Mhm.
you have to do. So this guy was stagnating. Then another came. Oh, those are too slow. I'm gonna change the world. The other guy, puts up. I mean, his idea was okay. One, everything in one makes sense. Compete the ads. One campaign strat. Everything kind of the making a sense, but it was going through the roof. Like I mean, the sales was over $200, and it's not going. It
Mm.
just keep rising to soon going to be 300 per se. I mean, what is the end? Oh, he says it's Black Friday. It's this. You have to wait. No, it's no strategy. And again, we don't support anything else. I think also for a business owner, no one will do it for you. You need to understand other things from like rebuilding, like fixing your reporting, very important. Like simple pixels probably doesn't work in a day. Then you need something more complicated. Then you need to look at like so many things in that business besides the Facebook. But if the Facebook, end of the day, you know how to make a product, you know how to source, you know how to do, you know how to ship fulfillment same day, which many companies does not do. You show good customer service, but some pieces you're missing, and then everything collapses. You can be good at anything you want, but you need to be good on everything at the end of the day. And especially the main channel, not jumping on opportunities, TikToks, Google, whatever. Like, I think you need to master Facebook. If you master the Facebook, everything else is just that's it. You've done it. You move on. You look other channels, then you have time for something else. Try it, works. If it, you add it. But I think most important was Facebook. And yeah, I think we feel that we're in control now. That's most
That's
important.
awesome. I totally agree with you too. I mean, if you can find how to win at the biggest scale, then you don't need to worry about the little things. Um, like what, speaking of scale, like what were the numbers that you guys were spending or driving in the business? Like what did it look like last year?
I mean, like I don't know. I told you we used to sell mostly collagen, and then we didn't how to say we kind of like neglected subscription part.
Mm-hmm.
There was other strategy, some idea like, oh, let's sell a lot, make it bigger AOV, like get almost profitable, but those people just not coming back. So at some point we said like, okay, we need to step back. We had the colostrum, which is popular, and we said like, let's try something new. So we relaunched the funnels. We send traffic just to simple PDP. We didn't have time, we said just test it. And like we started getting the subscriptions like 80% take, like nonstop, And then we did ourselves and it was growing. And then we start, okay, now we need help, let's find someone. Then we find someone, gets stagnated. We find another one, gets, overblown with the spending. So there is no stable account growing, margins are there, people subscribing. We waited for what 4 months. We see that cohorts change dramatically. People staying. Uh, we just needs to be in we need that number. That
Mm-hmm.
understanding. All these talkers about the ROAS, like you said, this is complete bullshit. ROAS is nothing. You need to you need to understand how much you can spend on the customer, and that you buy money up, like you said, buy money up front. Like I might not making money today, but in 2 3 months, if I know they stick and I have that proven, all you need just just find a way how to bring him into
Yeah.
the door, and that thing, if the subscriptions working, everything's working, and those bringing numbers in the beginning, probably we kind of we thought like we should be spending this number, but then more time comes, you understand that you can spend more. So for us was very also important to understand, looking at the cohorts, which is we're starting understanding what is this actual number. It's very
Mm.
difficult to understand. And yeah, you need time to understand that. Plus, subscription, you need to, LTV, you need to wait. Just like any business. Right now, if anyone asks me, like many people ask me, like, what do you do first? I said, uh, master the Facebook, look at the cohorts, wait 3 months, and then you understand you can do business or not. That's simple.
And that is really simple, and it's also like a method that continues to work. I love how simple you made that. I'm curious, just like what was your like daily spend at when you were trying to figure this stuff out last year?
December, I mean, in December, we're spending 5,000 a day, which acquisition was like around 220, 250 per customer. I mean, the subscriptions grow, but you kind of like, look, maybe at one day, maybe we'll understand that, like, maybe that's probably, maybe it's going to be good number after the year. Maybe it was good. But um, I've seen accounts that do the same business and they spend the CAC like 65, 55 and growing and spend the millions. So I mean, I understand products are different, but still, like, that was too much. I mean, that was neglected.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
I just like, because it's a lot of, maybe his strategy was okay, but he never like came to the point that probably you need to, that it has to be like a selling machine. Email
Mm.
needs to be right. SMS needs to be right. Like a lot of moving parts, because once the customer comes, yes, it's a journey. Like you said, it could be like you never know how it's gonna end up. So a lot of things was like he didn't talk that you fix this or that. Like make sure the tracking, is correct. Like I mean, maybe like maybe whatever he said like has a little of it true, but it's uncontrollable. Like you need the control. Yeah, you can spend, it's fine, but you want to like look at the numbers like we do, cohorts. Yeah, we look at it, the thing that we run, and then you start understanding. Yeah, probably we can spend more. Yeah, that makes sense. This is the new custom. Then we tried this one. I mean, it needs to be somehow like scientific, like you can understand, it
Mm.
can't be like you
Yeah.
throw and burn and you don't know what's gonna happen. But the account was like going low like every day. You just put money like it's like hundreds of thousands. And you're like, it's maybe it's too early, to go to that level. You need to go gradually, like it's like a baby needs to crawl, and then needs to stand up, and then run. But then
Yeah.
all these things, like a baby, yeah, he scrolls and he takes time to learn how to stand up. So in the business, you need to learn how you need to stand up, how you need to set up everything around that makes, that supports that spend. That's my thinking, like it needs
Yeah.
everything's got a lot of parts moving. It's not just one ad. Ads could be just one ad could be very expensive. You're leaving a lot on the table, but when you connect all the things, and you can like look at the metrics, and everything just keeps adding, then it makes sense. Then you can spend.
Yeah, so like with that in mind, I'm like you mentioned before you were spending like 5,000 and your customers were like $200 and most of them weren't subscribers and stuff. Like what does it look like today?
Look, it looks under around 100. I think those new. So it's like more than double less. um, and something you sleep. You just look at once in a week. You don't go bananas. You don't trade. You don't go stressed. You don't like you a few times said, like I love this, like you don't just shoot off that I don't like it, and you just like cut the branches of the tree. It just dies. Like you cannot do those things. Like I think you were very right that you said Facebook is it's a machine. If you start learning bad behavior, this is gonna do. It's gonna think that what's what you want. That house. That's what
Yeah.
you want, those prices, and you start feeding the machine that bullshit, all this trading. That's how he gets back to you, and
Yeah.
that's he thinks that that's how you want him to behave. It's like.
Yeah. I love that with the training and so just to, if I get this right, you were spending like 5,000 a day and it's at like 225. Now it's like 100 a day and it you're sleeping and it
Yeah,
feels
no more
easier
stress.
and
No
clearer.
more, no more stress.
Yeah.
The things that you do, you teach us, like automatic stuff, like going easy, like looking like it's invaluable, in my opinion. Like you really, um, I mean, it's a lot of like opinions, whatever people do, but at least if we do, you can control it, and you see, guys, what are you doing? What's happening?
Mhm.
Don't talk like it's a good saying, like uh, not the fairy tales, but the real stuff. You look
Yeah.
at numbers, and you can have control of whatever you want if you want to do it yourself, but you kind of like getting back control of it. I
Let me
mean,
ask, like, what
yeah.
have you done? You said you went from college into colostrum and stuff, but like, what are some of the non-ad based stuff that you've been able now to focus on with your time and
Oh,
effort that has
we
really made a
yeah,
huge change?
we relaunched completely the website. We used a new team, like cleaned a lot of shit that was like accumulated through the time. Like went to new versions, new accounts, like made it everything simpler. Testing, we have some teams joined that help us with the conversion now. So we kind of like looking everything behind. We were able to rebuild the emails, launched a few like new welcomes, new pop. Like we kind of like going in every detail. Now we have enough time to do everything else. Like, and before was someone's doing, and then you just keep trading, and then in the morning, then you're listening his bullshit, and then he sends you crazy bill, and there's no results, and it's crazy.
Yeah,
I understand. Like, it's a lot of companies. It's very difficult to find one that will do it for you. And if you are picky with like, you should be picky with all like spellings, like how it's done, and you need to get involved, and that's a lot of time. And
yeah,
if you're stressful, account is empty, and next day you think maybe I should abandon that ship, and then you don't want to do anything anymore, and everything is like it's like a wreck.
yeah.
Yeah,
No, you're
that's it.
absolutely right. Can I ask, like, what have you changed in the business or in the ad account even, or your strategy since joining? Like, whether it's campaign structure or number of offers or creatives that you're testing or the funnels, like, how is the day to day different in what you're doing?
Day to day different. We like I repeat myself. We just found the way. We found the time to get back and fix everything around it to make it a selling machine. I call it a selling machine now. Now we have this under control. Now we need to make sure before we go and now spend more, create more like you said, like, yeah, create the ad what you want to solve. Probably what we want to solve is uh awareness, like, top of funnel, middle funnel. We want to start looking. We want to introduce something from the brand, but because we never did it ads from the brand, as I mentioned, we had only this one funnel that was like a top and middle, which people already know about product and become, but was nothing that we retarget or we show another ad about the brand itself. There is no face of the brand. So now we got this. We fix everything around from emails, from landing pages. We had like before we had like five different landing pages with five different offers, and then I said, come on. So how the heck Facebook should understand which one the offer you selling? All of them different. One have 58%, another 45. This one has three bags. This one this. So now one, and we're gonna go from there. So everything right now like simplified, and then now it's now we starting to working on creatives more and more, introduce something new from the brand. We'll see how it goes in combination with the funnel we had. So I mean, it gave us a room to fix everything. You don't
Yeah.
have to spend so much time, and you're not stressful anymore. Like I said, there is the days you think like, okay, you don't want to let it go because that's how you build probably. But but that sometimes money will tell you, yeah, you have to stop. Nothing you can do about it. So unless you fix it and the account makes sense, and there is no house anymore, and no more trading, you know.
Yeah, like you're not spending your time just sitting inside of the ads manager trying desperately to make a dollar and be able to sleep that night. Like you can focus on everything else in the business, which is really what you should be doing. You're working on the business, which is what you
Yeah,
should
yeah.
be doing with your time.
Exactly, exactly. And we don't do anymore. We used to like, okay, let's make a new bunch of ads and launch 50 ads. Like another, like you said, oh, this works. Oh, everybody's clapping. We found the bit. that's that's like comedy book. You make a proper comedy book. It's not the right thing. Why would you keep doing the same and the same? the Facebook like thinks like, what? Why you just like he starts probably not looking in your ads anymore because it's the same. He has one already. Why would you give another 50? The same one. So probably that was also like we okay now let's make I'll be making pictures, make the bunch of ton of ads, unload it, and nothing works, and you don't understand. Like it's a disaster. Now we have all these winners that we pick with you, and all of them like gradually from spend. I remember whatever after the December whatever I was like enabling this ad, you always wanted to spend 200. Like you cannot do anything because that's how we teach it
Hmm.
good ad that blew if you remember with like five different products so and now with your help we made the Facebook say no we're not spending this much money now we're spending this much money on it so we took those same ads put it and we gradually scale it back with automatic like 5 10 or whatever we decided to grow when it's time and now it spends what it's supposed to spend. It is not spending more to 250 anymore. Same ad, like like I think we gave the account calmness, no more house, and now he understands what we want from him. At least he's starting to understand. This is this that what that's how we okay. Probably it's a lot of way to go. Like a patient and and shrink to tell him what to do, but I think it's going the right direction. That's what it is.
Yeah, so I mean, what I'm hearing, like, and I remember getting into the ad accounts with you, and I love the like our one-on-one time with you and Carolina, and it's like there was like I think it was like 5 or 8 campaigns to like 4 or 5 different landing pages with stuff, and we've just been like getting it to be simpler and simpler and simpler, and your cost went from 250 to like 100, and it's just automatically scaling whenever it makes sense. And I don't think we've launched new ads in a while, so I mean, excited to see what happens when we do. But if you don't need to, why would you?
Yeah, it's all the same ads. So what we gonna like? What's the point?
Yeah,
Yeah. The only thing we can look at, going through Golden Beer and some different messaging. Maybe there's gonna be some winner, as you said. Yeah, that makes sense. Adding it, most likely, it's gonna help something, and we'll see. Yeah, end of the day. So the only,
yeah. And
yeah.
I appreciate that. I think it's so many people have been taught to make it as complicated as they can and get any win possible. Like you were talking about launching 50 ads and high-fiving when anything works, but that wasn't good.
It was not going anywhere actually. I mean, it was going to Zuckerberg's the pocket. We can buy penthouse here in Miami.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how you make him rich. You're
Yeah.
getting yourself rich, making crazy stuff.
And now the bank account looks better, and your like mental health is better, and you're sleeping well and spending time on more important things.
It is, yeah. So many things we need to cover. Definitely, definitely. It's no more stress. It's all clear. I mean, you look once in a week. Sometimes you just don't need it. Just keeps going and just keeps improving. Caro, yes, we just saw it. Just keeps going. It just keeps improving. So yeah, and we keep getting more and more new customers. Yeah, yeah.
That's
So
incredible. It's
yeah,
great. That's what you want, right? You want more new customers with less and less work where it just
yeah,
keeps, it's the money machine.
yeah, yeah. And guys just did the Plum Blowout. Just added the new subscription. So we're gonna like
Nice.
launch the soon the test, as you said. We'll see how that's go. But
Oh,
that's
I'm excited for
no
that.
stress.
I think us being able to hack, us being able to make it purely new customer subscription. Oh, if we can get that to be 100, we'll be spending 10,000 in no time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. LTVs high. LTVs keep growing. I kept every time looking like LTVs like blended LTVs 400, something like that. So yeah, the numbers looks good. Just spoke, with the supplier was able to squeeze like a lot from the price. I mean, you can do a lot of stuff, and plus something is good coming with 2006. uh,
Yeah, I
I
love
was
it, man.
skeptical. When we talk, I like was like a lot of you because you've seen a lot like and yeah, that was not easy.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I'm glad I made the decision. Yeah, and joined
well,
the MBA.
well, with that in mind, man, I appreciate all that. Let me ask you this, like, who do you think this would help the most? Like, or who shouldn't join? And like, what was the moment that it all kind of worked for you, or that you were like, okay, I'm in. Like this works. Where you went from being suspicious to being happy.
I think it's unless you know the pain and we spend like I looked at account, it was like before we met you, spend like was 1 million. It's a lot of money. It's like probably many people do not spend it in their life. So that how with that trading, we traded out $1 million. I mean, we have a data, we have everything is like it's possible, feasible. We can make a business. But I've spoke with a few of my buddies that trying to launch it stuff, and I see like all of them trying to they're getting this noise. I'm gonna try the TikTok. I said, man, I tried it. Just don't spend, just don't waste the money. I spent I've sent down a shit of products. I paid all these noisers. It's not working. Just to do one thing, do this, So he kind of listens to me. I don't say too much, For too much, go, learn yourself. But at least like you, I think it's for anyone that just starting in is many have a dreams, to start the brand. Um, um, from like we just don't know what to do at all. I mean, and they get all these scammy schools that will bring you in, and I'll push you on your pain points. Like they themselves like ads, like they just like want the money of you, and they don't do shit. We'll say, oh, sorry, your product is not working, and in a bad way. I mean, it will help to anyone like who's even starting, who is even. It's a lot of companies that probably struggle to find it, and then they just got out of business. But it's very difficult to trust because you know how you know which one is that you pick and then it's gonna like be right, you know. That's very important. Like it's so much noise around it from this guy, that guy, and you just listen and you just like thinking. One day his strategy changed, next week his strategy changed again. And when you like not keeping up, like what the heck, guys? Make it more simple for those people. You sometimes probably go too deep. Oh, I found this new uh, shiny object, Facebook that showed. Now we need to everybody try. No, you don't need to try it. Probably you don't need it. Just make it simple. Maybe one day it's gonna prove. Maybe you'll add up like naturally, but it's not like whatever. Like yeah, but that's how it is.
Yeah, what would you say to somebody then that feels like that is on like their fifth shiny object and all of that stuff, that's looking at this? There was a point where you were like, all right, Carolina, what do you think? Like, what do you wish you had been able to tell yourself in that moment to just get into this thing sooner?
With you,
Yeah.
I mean, Carolina was skeptical again. She said, again? Someone. But then, she get very involved with all this table, whatever. I always forget how we call it. Um, what is the name of our table?
Scrum Doc.
Yeah, Scrum Doc. So she very got involved, which I like. And so I had something else to do, because it is a lot on my plate. So she needs to learn. So, so like, I mean, that changed everything. I mean, everything, even like from testing ads, like nobody knows that. Like, I've seen one guy just mentioned is one guy on Instagram, and he kind of was talking a little bit about it, and I was like, listen, yeah, you something about it. And I sent it to Carolina. I said, look, it's the same strategy that is talking because nobody talks about it, and it's incredible way to test. I mean, it's like it's a little budget, and you can see right away, and you can like it's I don't know why nobody does it. Nobody knows it.
I mean, I don't know. I've been trying to tell people it for years. So
I
like,
think I think I think we don't believe. It is a
mm,
lot of them think noise. Everybody's very concentrated because in this Facebook world is like you only do the sale. You only the sale. Don't do anything. Like don't get this noise. Why would you need that? So it's a misconception, misunderstanding, and they just don't get it. They listen and like skeptical.
hmm
And
hmm
I think you don't need to be skeptical in business anywhere. You have to always and never say yourself that oh I know everything. No, you know shit. You always think you know shit. You know, in any stage you're gonna be, you'll find something you don't know. Never be like loudest in the room because you talk what you already know. So listen,
Hmm.
listen what the people have to say and go test it, see how it works. And many
Yeah.
skeptical, many talk more than they listen. That's why I think a very how to say, I don't know how we don't using. I don't, I'm some it's unbelievable, you know. Um, just
Well,
no.
what would you say to somebody who's skeptical about the MBA program?
Who about skept? I mean, look, it's very difficult. Like uh, specifically about your skeptical, I would say it's just no brainer. You just go and do it. It's not. It's I mean, it's it's kind of like a lot of material. It's another thing, you know, like you can get people in a school, but it's like getting a course. You know, many people buy the course. How many people will go and go through the course? I used to. I remember in 2015 when we launched the Amazon. We started in Amazon 2015. We grew brand from zero to 150 million in 4 years, and we getting sold. Yes, it was art supplies, and it was a lot of people reach out to me, help me, how to do this, how to do this. I said I have brilliant course that when I started, it's just I'm gonna share with you, and you just go through the course and explain, or I'll help you anything, and everything's gonna was on Google Drive. Yes, and then you share one guy, another guy, a third guy, fourth guy, and then you see that no one even open it. Everybody wants it. They want this magic bullet, but end of the day, you need to get involved. You know, like so that's probably important. Probably I think you're getting student that's also probably not everybody's watching, or it's I mean it's up to it's very difficult, very different. So I don't know how to even describe this thing. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Yeah, but
Yeah.
school, yeah, definitely. You know, like if I knew that that's the one, uh, you know, I would like not even hesitated a second. You know, for me, money, it's just the money. I always say money. You have the money. At the end of the day, you know, it's just the money. Knowledge is like it's invaluable. You know, the stuff is invaluable. Just don't think about it. If you can afford it and if it's the right thing, yeah, just go. You know, and learn. It's about learning yourself, knowing more stuff. Like you know, like step after step, you're just getting more knowledgeable on a thing you never knew about it. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate that. And I think I agree. I think there's a lot of folks that just want the easy win that aren't willing to do the work. And then they're like complaining that they're not like rich overnight. And it's like there's a process to all of this stuff. Like there's huge pieces to all of it. It is not, I think it can be simple if you understand it. But for most people, it's really difficult to, they're unwilling to invest the time and it's interesting. People are more willing to invest the money, but they won't invest the time with the money
Yeah,
they've
yeah.
spent.
I think it's a nature of person. Be satisfied buying the course,
Hmm.
but they not satisfying the finishing one. I
Yeah.
think that's
Yeah.
this issue. Probably, I bet you have those ones that pay the money, not happy. But probably, if you look at somehow analytics, probably you see that they even haven't seen the videos, and you nothing can do about it. That's was satisfaction for them already. Even
Yeah.
even you send the free one, we didn't watch it.
Well, there
So.
you go.
Uh,
Well, Matt, I appreciate it. We're a little over here, so I'll let you go. I know it's getting to be probably dinner time or something for you, but I'm looking forward to more calls with you, and I'm excited to see what happens when the subscription event comes in. And I will say I really enjoy getting to have the time with you and Carolina and working in the business and in the ad account and focusing on stuff. It's like for me, that's probably the most fun is the
oh,
the
God.
the one-on-one times that we have. I don't know how you feel about them, but I love them.
No, no, I feel it's like super invaluable. Some stuff I don't, I mean, I don't like, it is not something very clear, but I connect the dots from other things. You know, how things moving, I compare the stuff and I look at your data when you say, then I look at these numbers, that numbers, like it is becoming clear and you start understanding. I think of your level, in the marketing, it's when you talk to someone who never heard nothing, people get lost. They just like,
Hmm.
probably you need. I mean, it's I mean, it's in way complicated. It's a lot of moving parts. It's not just ads. Looking these numbers, understanding products, offers, metrics, and it's yeah, to make this thing successful, it's a lot of stuff. You need to be very analytical. You need to understand the stuff what's happening before you spend the money, and then before you know if you can spend the money. So, I think, yeah, you need to know all these things. Yep.
Yeah. Well, man, I'll let you go. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good night. And the lectures we had today, wait until you see the one we had this morning. I think you're gonna love it. It's a whole other rabbit hole for you to go down about creative. I think you're gonna really, really enjoy the brand new workshop we did on Olympic ring stuff. It's super deep, and I think you're gonna love it. It's the kind of thing you're gonna watch like 3 times, and then we're gonna have fun chats about.
You made a video?
Yeah, yeah. So it's this morning.
Okay, I'm
Our
gonna go
lecture
watch
this
now.
morning's call. Yeah.
Okay, okay,
So
I'm
it'll
gonna do
be it'll be up probably in an hour or so.
it. Okay.
So either tonight or tomorrow, but it'll be I think it's like almost 90 minutes long, and
Okay.
you're
Okay.
gonna love it.
I'm really enjoying everything you have to say. I'm like many things I just rewind it 5 times. I just really go into details. Like, like few courses I watched it, and I will like every time I go to, okay, now I need something, like I'm coming back, and I will be coming back and watching and asking the questions. Yeah, but because I think information is, examples, information is invaluable. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think you're gonna love it, man. So let me let you go, and I'm gonna go take care of family stuff. I'll see you later, buddy. Thank you so much
So
for your
thank you. It
time.
was a pleasure talking. Thank you. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye.